Okay, so apparently I'm supposed to be streaming now. It's supposed to be working now, apparently. Yeah, there we go. It's kind of working. Oh, that's the horizontal one, which is Twitch and YouTube. And the other thing that I wanted to test, which apparently I don't think I will be able to, is actually streaming vertical. So vertical stream, suppose I wanted to do Instagram as well as YouTube vertical, but yeah. Apparently that is not a thing that's gonna happen right now. Testing. So right now I started the vertical one. Click. This is gonna blow up. And that computer's gonna blow up. At least it'll be as vertical. So I was about to go live on YouTube vertical, but I think it just popped. It was very live and just blew up. And in theory, it seems to be working, but it's really working. I see it moving. I used to think it's a little too much for this computer. Yep. Literally, OBS is frozen. Totally frozen. Hopefully you can see this, what I'm talking about, but yeah, bro. Once again, I'm here again. So in theory, I should be back on YouTube horizontal as well as Twitch. I know, I'm sorry. I'm trying to sort this out. I just think that the computer that I'm using for this is not powerful enough to handle 4 different streams. But I'm still gonna give it a try. So right now we are currently connected. The whole purpose of this stream is to get to use this computer that I recently built. Literally took me a while to get together, but it's a request, and we still have to figure out the operating system. So shall we try one more time to see if we can get to Instagram? trying it one more time. I think it's gonna be the last time I try vertical. For now. This one is working, so. I can literally hear the computer for help. Literally, it's asking for help. Please forgive me. Should be cooking by now. Okay, anyways, I'm testing, so I'll just give it a try. I mean, if it breaks, I'll just stay until leave it as it is today and continue doing what is setting this computer. I'm just waiting for you to reload on vertical. Well, I guess vertical is not having to. Oh. Well, for a minute, I had running, literally 1 minute, but I don't know what happened. Okay, I think I'll test this out some other time. computer. Like, I think I literally need to set up a computer that will allow me to literally reconnection successful. So obviously OBS died and I didn't even notice. So the more I crash and burn with these tests and projects, I realize that you literally need to have appliances, literally have a device, a computer streaming to these destinations. And then something else that I notice is that I don't know if with the type of network that we have here, it will actually work because they limit us to 15 megabit per second. So, in theory, I can only run 2 streams. Okay, I think it's kind of stabilizing a little bit. So I stopped the vertical stream totally, and I think that is not something that I can do in the same, not at least not in that computer. So, what are we doing today? Today is, I guess, the last stage of this. I recently built this computer. That's why I called it Pink Splash. I know that you cannot see because I have the lights off. And that is done on purpose because when I pour it on, I want you to see how it looks. Now, where did I leave the mouse though? Now this mic sounds louder than what it really is, so don't be alarmed if it sounds pretty loud and like something is breaking up, because it isn't. Right, with this mic, everything just sounds exaggerated. And to be honest, I don't even know which mic it is. I don't know if it's this one or if it's the one that I have in front. So I know I did not stream me building the computer. I have my reasons. Thing has been getting kind of tight, getting things done and actually prepping for streaming because I've been doing other events for other people. So what I've been doing is some streaming events, and because of that, all my gear is not even here. So I kind of put something together. I put like a camera here, and then I put a camera here, and then the one that is behind me to get things working. I know that you cannot see me probably if I do something like so. Maybe here's where you can see me. So yeah, so I had to put together something like this, like a camera there, and then I have the computer connected so that we can see what's happening. Besides that, it took me a while to set this up, so unfortunately this doesn't have the highest production values that I would like to. And I think all my latest videos have been that way, right? Kind of impromptu, getting things together. I apologize for that right off the bat, but I guess I'm just trying to go back to streaming more often and creating videos. I think it's just been getting kind of hectic over here. So anyways, let's dive in. By the way, can I see the chat? Is there anybody in chat right now? Hey, what's up? Okay. So hopefully it did not break. So what are we doing? I'm gonna power this on. This is a recent computer that I built. I call it Pink Splash, and in a minute you'll see why I call it Pink Splash. This is supposed to be a gaming or a streaming / gaming build. The plan is to get everything in one setup. I did suggest to get a PCIe capture card, but that was not part of the budget, so that wasn't possible. I guess eventually, whenever the person gets, whenever the client gets the budget, then they'll add that encoder, because I know that they do console gaming, so they wanted to have like the PC to stream, and they can also play on the PC, but then connect consoles into it. Now I know you can use Elgato, Camlink, and other stuff that would allow you to connect to USB or USB-C. But I am a guy that thinks that bottlenecks can happen, especially if you're using USB. And as maybe you experienced when I was trying to set things up, that I was trying to connect and disconnect multiple times. I wasn't doing that on purpose. Just that from the same computer that you're using your CPU as well as your GPU, it doesn't always end up well. Yeah, apparently OBS is not like it, but I think it's something related to, I don't know, that computer and OBS. Apparently they don't play well. So now I powered off the computer, the monitor, and here goes. Here it goes. Now you know why we call it Pink Splash. And there you got it. So this is Pink Splash. It is a gaming and streaming build. This has, I guess, mid-tier to top-tier components to the pink. So I also have a keyboard that is purple. There's lilac right now. I was gonna set it up pink for the video, but I think purple or lilac kind of matches pretty well with this computer. So I'll be adding all the links to the description of, I'll be adding all the links from this components into the description. You can go ahead and have a look if you're interested in any of these. So what is this machine, right? This gaming and streaming machine is a micro ITX motherboard, but it's in an ATX case. We're using a regular Ryzen 5500G. I like to suggest using the G models of those CPUs because they include the integrated graphics. If something goes south, you can always go back to the CPU's integrated graphics. It has a GeForce RTX 3060, so you can play a lot of things with that 3060, and it's a lot of bang for your buck. Besides that, we are using 16 gigs of RAM. Those are DDR4 from G.Skill, and we're using a NVMe drive, which is straightforward from Crucial. I'll be adding all the links in the description below. And then we have a Corsair RM650 power supply. This is supposed to be like a lightweight build, and I did not do any kind of water cooling, any custom cooling or tubing or anything like that. Just using regular airflow. This case, which I'm going to add in the description, I At the beginning, I was kind of skeptical. Is that OBS just died, and OBS just came back again. So the only downfall from this case, I think, is the fact that it doesn't have a reset button on the I/O. So it has power, it has the LED, and then the regular USB connections and audio jacks. So no reset button, but I don't think you really need it if you want to leave it running and playing. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch to another view. So this is what we're setting up right now. The motherboard is a Gigabyte MB550MK. I think that's what it is. Can I? I guess not. Well, apparently the mouse is not moving. Yeah, so it's a Gigabyte B550MK, and we want to set this up to work. So the first thing we're going to do is install the OS, which we haven't. I'm going to be releasing sometime soon the video of how I build this. It's nothing too fancy, it's just showing you me putting together components and making sure that everything fit properly, a little bit of cable management, and I am going to do my best to do a glamour shot video of this, which is, to be honest, not my favorite look, because I wanted to have like custom cables and stuff like that, but for the time being it's good enough. So with that said, we're gonna go ahead and this is a regular USB. We're gonna go ahead and pop this in and make sure that we can configure the boot process so that we can get our OS running. Okay, so we're at the BIOS again. Nope, no mouse yet. Interesting. Maybe I just... Yeah, that's what I'm using. I don't really need it right now. So, so again, like I was saying, this is a Gigabyte B550MK. Has the stock firmware, nothing changed yet. This is using a Ryzen 5 5500 GT CPU, so it has included graphics. Besides that, that runs around a 3600 megahertz. What else do I have here? So I have 2 memory sticks, which are 16 gigs, 2 sticks of 8, and they are DDR4. I'm trying to look for our memory configuration. So they are right now running on 2100 megahertz, and these are G scales. What else do we need to talk about here? The GPU, well, I already mentioned it, RTX 360. So let's go ahead and set this up. So we're going to choose a booting drive, and we're going to go with this one here. We're going to override, and we're going to go right here. Interesting. Okay, so let me check out to see what we have. Positive that this was supposed to be the OS USB. Okay, so we're gonna try this now. Hey, what's up, DK? I think here's better. Still dropping frames though, but ending the stream. Where is that on Twitch? Yeah. Well, I don't know if you heard the backstory I was explaining. So I mean, I'm dropping frames everywhere, right? First of all, my internet provider is crap to start off. But hey, it is what it is. And the second thing is that I think I'm trying too hard. I was trying to stream 4 different destinations. So that means I was trying to stream on YouTube horizontally, as well as Twitch. And then I was also trying to live stream on Instagram and YouTube vertical. So that's 4 destinations that I was trying to get together. But apparently a new Windows 11. So now I have another. Let's go here. So, well, I don't know if you got late for the reveal, but you know, now you saw how it looks. This is the last PC that I built recently. I called it Pink Splash. As you can see, it has a lot of pink. And I was saying that this is a gaming and streaming build. It's kind of lightweight, but hopefully it matches the requests of our client. So I'm gonna do English for now, because that's what I have. To be honest, I do not remember if this is Windows 10 or Windows 11. It looks a lot like Windows 10. I mean, no big deal. If it's Windows 10, then I'll... Ah, it's Windows 11. Okay. Because I'm quite certain that I had another Windows 11 USB, and I was testing it out earlier today, and for some reason now I put it in, and I think it's broken. So, hey, what's up, Christina? So, I know you're seeing just this part, but let me just show you how this looks now. So this is the computer. I'm planning on configuring the G-Skill sticks, at least to, it has the rainbow combination, but if I'm not mistaken, you can configure and probably do like purple and pink maybe, to have those rolling through the computer. But this is how it's looking right now. And I know this wasn't strictly planned. I was going to configure my keyboard for pink, but I did lilac. So this is how it looks. So this is a lilac keyboard. Obviously you can set it up for pink so that it would match the computer, but that's where we're going. Okay, so enough talking. We're gonna go with Windows 11 Pro, and then from here, this might take a minute. We're gonna go ahead and configure Windows, do all that good stuff. After that, then we're gonna go ahead and download the drivers, firmware, set up everything that we need. So yeah. So I usually recommend having a setup with 2 drives. Usually, that means that you would have one dedicated drive for your OS and your software, and then have an additional drive for content and or stuff like that, right? Like if you had music or videos or anything like that. And then depending on what kind of things you're working on, then you would have to decide which kind of drives you would like to have. Like right now we're using an NVMe drive. This is a 1 terabyte Crucial NVMe, M.2 NVMe drive, which is pretty fast. Usually for reading and writing speeds, it's perfect. Now that's why I usually recommend having your OS installed on NVMe's, as well as your software. For example, if you're doing games, I would load my games in the NVMe. obviously these are either offline games or games that have a lot of load time and they are within, or they run locally, then yes, NVMe's are perfect. If you're doing MMOs or games that are hardly dependable on your traffic or your network connection, then meh, you really can't do much on that one. But then yes, and then the secondary drive, which we don't have in this build, but secondary drive, what I would do is, depending on what you're going to be using it for, I would either recommend an HDD drive or an SSD, and depending on how far or fast you want to read or write. For example, if you're doing videos or creating content, then probably I would do a Wish from Digital Black or something like that, or just a hard drive that are long term, and then you can save your content there. That's more for saving long term. But if you want to read write fast, then probably another NVMe or an SSD. So for example, if you're going to be recording your games high speed, high quality in this computer, probably I'll have an additional drive, either an SSD or an NVMe, and save directly to those your recordings. But that's not really editing, that's just recording your gameplay. So I shouldn't be talking this much, you know. So I'm going to take this entire drive. I'm just going to go ahead and install Windows. Nah, you're good, Chris. Don't worry. You're welcome. So I was saying at the beginning, lately I've been utterly busy. So I didn't really have time to stream the entire build and how I did it and what is being installed there. But I'm going to be adding in the description the links of all the products if anybody else is interested in these. And you can give me your comments on your thoughts on these components. Now, while we're waiting for this, because this is going to take a couple minutes, I want to talk about this build. First of all, is the most pink build that I've seen and that I've done for a while now. I usually do, I've done fancy builds like white with gray and stuff like that, but pink is it seems like dominant, right? It takes up a lot of the room's color, which is pretty cool. This case is an, what was the name again? Just bear with me for a minute. Okay, I got it. I mean, I know the model case is Inspire, but it's a Pivia Inspire. Pretty nifty case. Has a lot of cool things. Other things that probably I personally don't like, but hey, I'm not the one using this build, right? But I do every single build like if it was mine, and I put my heart and care on setting this up together so that it's functional. So first of all, this case is a ATX case, so you can set up all kind of motherboard sizes here. So you can do ATX, micro ITX, mini ITX. You choose your, I guess, pick your poison. This one is a micro ITX, and I personally, I guess, since I'm been changing my likings, I kind of like micro ITX builds, which are small footprint, and it's a small form factor. But this looks pretty good. I know that there might be pink builds where you can have a micro ITX. It takes up less room in your table, your desk, or whatever. But overall, this one looks pretty cute. So this has 3 fans in the front, or 3 120 millimeter fans, and then has another 120 millimeter fan in the back. It has a pretty good airflow, so you really don't need to do water cooling. I did not do any kind of custom cooling for this. I don't think it needs it. It's pretty straightforward. Now, tropical weather, yes, things can get pretty hot, but with 4 additional fans, you're good to go. You don't have to worry about it. Besides that, this has a Gigabyte B550M-K model for the motherboard, and a Ryzen 5 5500G or GT CPU, which I usually recommend using a integrated graphics GPU, because if anything goes south with your dedicated card, you can always go back to the integrated GPU and either one, use your computer just for troubleshooting or doing all this stuff, and two, because this CPU it has a lot of juice, it's kind of beefy for the price that you're paying for, you can still play games there, right? So that's why I usually suggest using a graphic integrated CPU. In this case, AMD Ryzen are pretty good price, good quality. So I would definitely recommend, and they have gotten better with the temperature management. I used to use Intel a lot because those will run cooler, but AMD has gotten up to date pretty much. Besides that, what else do we have? We have two RAMs, two RAM sticks. Those are G scales. Those are 2100 megahertz, and those are 16 gigs. So two sticks of 8 gigs. That's pretty good. And then, as I mentioned before, the crucial 1 terabyte NVMe. And last but not, well, you know what else? I have a Corsair RM650 PSU, which is enough juice for powering the entire build and not skipping a beat, which is pretty nifty. And last but not least, the GPU. So the GPU is a GeForce RTX 3060 that can definitely play any game today. So I think you are good off with this build. Now I know I've been learning and I put that to practice. Now like I prefer to use appliances. Why do I mean by appliances? Like when I'm doing my streams and stuff like that, I have dedicated devices or computer for specific tasks, which means this is a gaming and streaming machine, which means that most likely we are going to stream and play games in the same system. Now this computer can definitely handle that because of how that CPU manages multi-threading, and it's all right, and then the GPU has enough power to handle that. But I personally believe that when you start getting more and more complex builds or more and more complex production setups, I would probably do a separate computer, like a dual PC stream. For example, if you're going to be streaming games from your PC, I would have my gaming machine, which could be this one, and then have another machine doing the encoding to either YouTube, Twitch, or whatever. I know it's more money and more effort, but I think it's much more efficient because that way you can dedicate all the power from your gaming computer for gaming, and then all the power on your streaming computer specifically for streaming. I've streamed and played from the same computer for so many years. It works, but now I think I like better having dedicated devices. That's why, like when I do productions, professional productions, I have dedicated devices that do each thing. So I would have one computer specifically doing the graphics, and then have another computer which is going to be encoding and sending out to either YouTube or whatever it is. And if I'm doing multiple streams, then I would have literally two encoders. One encoder to YouTube, one encoder to Twitch, one encoder to Facebook, whatever. Instead of having one device doing everything. So that's food for thought. Think about that. The cool thing though is that Krisu is going to be also gaming consoles. So she will be able to play her console games, and this computer is going to be streaming to the platforms that she wants to, and vice versa. Now, I would recommend eventually switching over to a capture card that is built in. Right now, there is no capture card installed in this. I did suggest having a PCIe capture card, either an Elgato card if you're going to be using more than one camera. If you're just going to be using one, then there's I think it's an Elgato HD Pro or something like that. The other ones, which are cool, like the Camlink and stuff like that, or Aver Media, those are pretty good for streaming individual devices or having your camera implemented into your computer, and then using either Streamlabs or OBS or any other software for streaming. I personally recommend OBS, but you have to have in mind that those might have bottlenecks because they are connected to the USB port. That can be USB 3.0, which works, but I like to, again, make sure that nothing is choking through the process. So I am going to go ahead and configure this real quick. Just run me for a minute. Where we at? Yeah, this is the regular Windows setup, and then from there we're going to start installing drivers, updating firmware as needed, depending on the time frame. My keyboard is in English, and I do not want to add additional layouts. Yes, we know there's no Ethernet connection. Now, give me a minute, because Windows is being Windows, being dumb. And now they're forcing you, I need this. They're forcing you to use the internet. Just give me a minute. So yes, these could be some cool names, like, I guess I was calling it Pink Splash. I saw that you had there Pink Attack, maybe Pink Power. I don't know. But let's get this internet going here, which sucks the fact that you're not able to configure your Windows computer unless you have internet. Windows, what are we doing? What are we doing? And this is the part that I kind of hate. Well, I don't know if I hate per se, but this is the process where you have to bypass what Windows is actually doing in your computer. Just give me a minute. I'm back. Okay, so since we're still getting the initial setup, Windows is doing a couple of reboots. Whoa, this is too bright. A couple of reboots to get us going with the machine. Okay, so now we have internet. And just change the shot. Okay. So hey, this is the moment where we make it interactive. I mean, obviously we can change this in the future, but I want to hear you out. So, what should we call it? Pink Attack, Pink Splash, Pink Power. What's up? Let me know. Sakura Blossom. Well, you know, it's kind of repetitive if you think about that, because Sakura, right? Sakura, which is cherry blossom. You're saying cherry blossom, so that would be like kind of repeating the name. Probably just call it Sakura, right? But can I do the voting as I used to do before? Wait, just give me a minute. Let me see if that will work. Oh. Yeah, drivers are kicking in. Sakura Power. Oh. Okay, so accordingly, so I can only do 4. So let me see if this works. Hey, there we go. So what should we call it? By the way, you can invite your friends if you want them to vote. Hey, it works. Okay. Hey, by the way, I do complain though. I remember, I don't know where I went, and I said like, I said I wanted a chai, right? And then the guy that was saying, he's like, do you know that people say chai tea, and you're literally saying tea tea? Please give me some tea tea. Where are we at? So sorry, I'm trying to look for background music. By the way, which games are you recently interested in looking into, Pam? So Rivals won't be released until December, and I think that is one of the things that I want to try out, which is, I think it's just a copy from Overwatch, to be honest. Couldn't find it. Can't really find it. There you go. There we go. And okay, hopefully you can hear the background noise. No, the music. Okay. There we go. I missed all the closed betas, so I kind of gave up on that. I just missed them out. I don't really remember when they were, so I'm like, whatever. Whenever it comes out, then I'll play it. I mean, I know it's not the same thing, right? Rivals is Rivals, Overwatch is Overwatch, but it does work as a valid reference, though. So, like, their characters look or feel like Zenyatta or Tracer. I mean, they have a lot of alikes. They're not exactly the same thing, but you know, there's some kind of resemblance. I would say though, just the fact that you're using Marvel characters is already a plus, because you know that is a hype thing right now. Besides that, I think they have been a little bit more creative on how to expand the reach of the characters. Like in Overwatch, it's kind of limited. You already know how far you can go or how far you can reach. Like, I guess they broke the barrier at the beginning, right? Like having characters like Orisa or Echo, where you could fly and do different things, and Mercy. But then when you go to Rivals, they went even farther. Like I've seen Iron Man. I saw Doctor Strange. It's crazy. So even the little shark, you can go underneath. Well, if you think about it, Ventura, I think it's Ventura from Overwatch. She can do the same thing though, but this shark just makes it even worse. They can just take people out. He can come from below, swallow them up, push them, throw them out. It's just crazy. I kind of like it. So I'm gonna give it probably 1 or 2 more minutes, and then we're gonna go with the vote. You like Planet Zoo, Animal Crossing, and Mario Party, Jamboree on Switch, and oh my God, Hogwarts Legacy. I gotta talk about Hogwarts Legacy. Wait a minute. So I saw that game. Hold on. I also like simulation games. I think I've always liked simulation games before they became the mood, right? Before they became the hype. People has been playing simulation games now or recently much more, because now there is a trillion of simulation games, right? Like literally goat farming, train, all kind of simulation games. But I used to love those back in the day when you had what was it? Roller Coaster Tycoon. I loved that game. And I remember I used to play it in an old PC. It was Windows 95 or Windows 98, something like that. Pretty old. And I literally bought, or my aunt bought the game in a big old box. It comes with a CD. Was it a CD? No. It was a disc. I'm trying to remember. And then you would play that. Probably wasn't 98. But in that game, it was in 2D. It was phenomenal. I loved Roller Coaster Tycoon, and then they had like 2, 3, 4, whatever. And I just love those games. I would play them over and over again. I guess I always had that management thing from the simulations. And I got Animal Planet Zoo or something like that. I don't remember the name, but I got it a long time ago. But I haven't been able to play. As you can see, my time is kind of limited right now. But I'll get back to streaming more often, 1, and 2, gaming more often. Hopefully I whenever I'm done doing what I'm doing, I'm gonna start like setting up. I'm gonna kind of build a studio so I can easily just go in, sit, play, and record. Like literally, just to be able to do this stream today, it took me a while setting things up before, and it's not perfect. It just works because it's what I was currently trying to test out. So I had time to build a computer, but setting up like camera and stuff, I just did something real quick. Anyways, votes are almost done. I am not gonna vote because that's gonna kind of be biased. So let's see. How can I export the results? Bear with me for a minute. Oh yeah, so I was saying is that Hogwarts Legacy. So Hogwarts Legacy, I'm not a Potter fan. Straight off, I am not a Potter fan. Don't hate me because of that. But I do love Fantastic Beasts. Like for me, Fantastic Beasts is much more fun and enticing than the regular Harry Potter. I know it's the same universe, it's the same world, but I don't know. There's something magical from the animals and how they connect and the beasts that I enjoy. Fantastic Beasts. Now, I chill with Harry Potter. I like the whole Harry Potter universe. It's pretty good. But I don't know, Fantastic Beasts, that's my jam. That's my kind of movie. Now, with that said, I've seen Hogwarts Legacy for a while, and I fell in love with the game because I like adventure games. I like games in general, but I like adventure games. And if they can have a good gameplay plus good visuals, for me, that is the best formula. And I think Hogwarts Legacy is the perfect formula. Even though, I'm going to be very clear, I haven't played it, but I've seen someone play it. So, we got Hogwarts Legacy, and wifey plays Hogwarts. Well, she started playing Hogwarts Legacy because she is the Potterhead. Like she has the wand, and for her, October, Halloween, Harry Potter, magic, that is her vibe. Anyways, she started playing Hogwarts, and I was seeing this game from afar, and I was just stoked how good it looked and how smooth the gameplay looks. Anyways, eventually I will try Hogwarts Legacy. Maybe we might install it in this computer and test it out. I don't know. Again, I just test the games on the computer because I want to make sure that they work pretty well, and then from there. So, hey, voting time. Whatever. I'm talking a little too much. Let's see. How do I? So, I am not sure. What is this? Oh, hell no. Hell no what? Baby shark. Oh, so that's his name? The shark is Jeff? I don't dig Jeff, to be honest. I mean, I saw some demos and trailers, and I'm not digging Jeff. I think it's limited. I think he had much more potential, and they just limit him to basic attacks. Definitely I'm going to play Spider-Man. I hope they add Miles Morales anytime. But I saw some characters that are pretty good. I want to test them all. So Sims 4. Yes, I used to play Sims a lot before in everything like GameCube, PC, wherever. The thing is that maybe Sims now for me, they are the ultimate time wasters. I mean, it's not bad for whoever has the time, but I feel that I cannot play Sims that much anymore. Then I guess all the simulators are that way, so if you schedule some time to play, then you should be good. But yeah, Sims were I played like Sims 2, 3, 4, and then I think the last one they did is 4, and then they have like a lot of expansions, right? What is FB? I don't remember what is FB. Yeah, Harry Potter, Hogwarts Legacy is on discount right now on Steam, and I had to cap that. So we got that as a birthday gift. Okay, so too much talking. Hey, look, the one that won is Sakura Power. So we're gonna go ahead. I was trying to do like something clever, like Sakura PWR, but I guess I'm gonna just go ahead and put Power. Unless you guys want something different. Oh yeah, definitely. I'm digging what you're saying, Jonathan. Totally. We do not want to link our Microsoft whatever account to this. Yeah, I totally dig it, what you're saying, Jonathan. So let me set this up here. Sakura Power. So yes, Jonathan. I still don't. Well, I gotta get it. I know. I understand why Microsoft is doing this, but for me, it doesn't make sense. You know, it's ridiculous that you need to have a Microsoft account to set up your Windows 11 or Windows 10 system. Also, the fact that you need to have internet connected to your computer to be able to configure your Windows computer, that's ridiculous. It makes no sense to me, especially coming from back in the day where you can just build up your computer, set it up, and you don't even need internet. You know, but hey, I guess that's where we're going, right? Subscription is the thing now, and everybody wants to have a subscription-based product, but we are not eating out of that crap. No, we're going here. Oh boy. So here's where we go. So you see this crab. Then ask you for all this crap. Like, as you can see here, it literally forces you to use a Microsoft account. And I know you might be, maybe you're not even listening here, Microsoft, but this is straightforward BS. Leave people alone, allow them to have their local accounts, and easily be able to build their computers or have their Windows OS without forcing them to sell stuff on their screen. It's enough with TV. It's enough with phones and smartphones and stuff. Give us a break. Chill. Jeez. Okay, so this is what Jonathan was talking about. So as you can see here, I did Shift F10. What this do is it's loading command prompt. Sorry, reading through chat. computer's gonna blow up. Okay.
In this video, I'm going to have a look at
Okay. Oops. There we go. So literally what we're doing here, we are kind of bypassing the process of... Sorry, I don't follow the FB. What do you mean by FB? Fantastic Beast? So how many movies are out there? Three. Skip all this. So yeah, there are three Fantastic Beasts movies. Obviously the first one. The second one is like Gandalf Secrets or something like that. I don't know. And then the third one is where Gandalf and Dumbledore fight. Yeah. Or I think so. So Sakura Power. Is there no objection with skipping the vowels for power and then just the PWR? Is that good enough? Okay, 3 of 3. You're waiting for 4. I would definitely wait for the fourth one, but I don't know if they will though. Like 3 is, they have gone really far. 4 is a Hail Mary. Not everybody ends up being like Fast and the Furious, which they have like a gazillion versions now. Okay, so now what we're doing is we are now setting up Windows with a local account. In theory, now I can go ahead and just do, I do not have internet, and I can just go forward with my setup, which I do have internet. So I just allow it to do this thing. But now because we did the bypass, now we should be able to create a local account without having to force it into using a Microsoft account. So we're going to still do it as a personal use. Let me go back because I had to skip this though, but it didn't, so. What, they should stop there? What, they should stop right there. Fantastic Beast. So as I was saying, this is just because I was talking and looking at chat, I kind of miss it. But what you want to do is skip the entire fact that they're asking you for using the internet. So you're just going to go ahead and state that you do not have any internet connection. And then from there you can create the account. Nah, I disagree. I would go with a fort one. I would definitely go with a fort one. But I know that's not gonna happen, so meh. But I think I'm okay with playing Hogwarts Legacy. Like literally, I don't have any issues with enjoying the expansion of the story through all the type of content you consume. So for example, I can play Hogwarts Legacy and enjoy the world of Harry Potter, or I could play Naruto games without having to watch the entire anime. Okay, so here we're gonna do is something like so. Fantastic Beasts, but there is a fourth film. Okay, I know what you mean. Like, but then what would they do? You know, I would say expand the world. That's why I think that the game makes much more sense if you have an open world game where you could make your own story and then you take it to the next level where you're not bound to the books, you know. And then if you're not bound to the books, you can literally do anything you want to. The thing is that when you're doing movies, I just turned all of these off. When you're doing movies, you need a plot, you need to create a whole plot or a backstory to put them in. Now here is, don't touch whatever is already created, right? Don't try to play within that, expand. Either go way too back, right? Which that's what they're doing with Fantastic Beasts. The next step ahead is going further. Probably Harry Potter's kids. I don't know, you know? Or Hermione or whatever. Or just a new gang of kids doing this thing. And then, as we know, but we're in 2024, so we're just going to start creating like series and stuff like that. And I don't know if I want to invest so much time. But with a movie, I'll definitely go for that. So yeah, we turn all of these off. I don't like telemetry, and worse if it's Microsoft. So. I mean, I like telemetry if it's me doing that for some kind of project, but not for Microsoft, nor any other company. I turn off all that stuff. Oh boy, so this is kind of cute. This is, when was the last time I set up a Windows computer? Last month? This didn't look this way. I'll probably just dismiss it. So I'm supposed to feel free to walk away or play or serve games while you wait. Just make sure to leave your PC unplugged in. So you're saying that I can do something else here? Wow. Focus session. See you in a bit. Oh. Let's try this out. I've never done this one. Oh, look at that. What just happened? What is happening? Oh snap, oh snap. So is that energy supposed to be my shoot? There was no way I could see that ramp. Jesus. Now give me the Mr. Cat. Yes. Let's go. Let's go. Oh. Oh. Whoa. Whoa. What was that? Oh. Yo, son. Go away. Oh, snap. I'm dead. Oh. I just have one heart left. That was a ramp again. I missed the ramp again. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Ooh, boy. Mr. Octopus is coming again. How? This is cheating. No, this is not Dave. Dave the Diver is pretty good. This is nowhere close to that. So that's one of the plans. Getting back to gaming, I'm trying to play, or I'm gonna try to play games that are. I don't want to say casual, because Dave the Diver is not casual, but games that won't require me to, you know, do a lot of follow-up. So I got myself Void Rough. I got Dave the Diver. I got Dredge, and then I have Hog Real Legacy, which I'm going to be testing sometime soon. I wanted to get Jedi Survivor, but that is a little too pricey. I already finished Last Order. I did that on Twitch. I don't know if I still have the recordings of what I did on Twitch, but you can go ahead and watch those, and I have some kind of clips on the YouTube channel. And I also played Tomb Raider. That thing scared the crap out of me. Cozy games? I mean, simulators could be cozy games, you know? I don't know if I would call them cozy games, though. What else do they have here? Exit. Okay. So as we did with other builds, what we need to do right now is, after we get this together, we're gonna go ahead and install the drivers. Windows is updating. I cannot skip this apparently. So we're gonna set up the drivers for your components. We're gonna install the firmware for the BIOS. So at least get you to one that I feel comfortable with. I have to verify and research a little bit more on the version. Besides that, obviously we're going to install GeForce Experience, because we're using NVIDIA GPU. I know some people in this device, and I think my stream crashed again. So yeah, apparently my stream crashed again when I was talking bad about Microsoft. Not really. So right now what we got is we are 60-70% updating. We cannot do anything else. We're kind of stuck here right now. I was saying that after this, we're going to go ahead and install the drivers for your components, firmware for the BIOS to update it, and then install GeForce Experience, install a couple more things, make sure that your audio is working. Obviously, as you can see, your video is working, and this video is coming out directly from the dedicated GPU. When I start building the computer, I test it out, and I kind of recorded when I was doing that. So whenever I release that video, you can go ahead and check it out. It's nothing too fancy. It's just me putting together the build and talking about how to, you know, tips and tricks on how to build it together. Besides that, it's really straightforward. Any questions related to this, or gaming, or PC building, while we wait? Okay, so more waiting. Yeah, it has been dropping streams horribly. It's ridiculous. But I think that has to do also, I mean, it's a mix between CPU and the ISP changing my connectivity that, whatever. I think, not that I'm giving up, but it's like, I'm not even gonna try anymore. Okay, we're almost done with this part. Hey, welcome. More minutes. This might take a few more minutes. Okay, well that is running. I am going for a bio break. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so I'm back. Oh boy. There you go. App Center. So I already had a discussion about the App Center. You can go ahead and install it if you want to. This is not the only app that does this, or this is not the only brand that does this. You can download it, install whatever you need, and then uninstall it. So first things first, I'm gonna go ahead and install it because I want to get the firmware. So the BIOS update is what we're looking for. And where did I left my bucket hat? 1 minute. Come in. Oh, okay. Yeah, sure, whatever. Wait a sec. Oh yeah, I can share. Hey, what's up, Kadisa? So I can share the. It's not only one song in theory. It's supposed to be multiple songs. This is like a lo-fi hip hop, Halloween theme playlist. If you're down to that. Why is this so loud? Hey, what's up, Blind Crow? I'm gonna go ahead and restart it right now. So those are the benefits of actually having like an NVMe, right? Because it's an NVMe, has fast booting, and then it just loads the OS pretty fast, as you can see, just a few seconds, and we're back in Windows again. So right now what we're looking is for recommended installations. There is no internet available. Yes, there is. So. Probably at the moment that we were looking for, maybe there was no internet. But so as you can see here right now, we have there's a BIOS update. It says B240130.1. Easy tune. Users to fine tune their system. So probably I would not do that one. This is system information viewer, provides useful hardware information. No, I don't need that. Smart backup. Use to back up a partition as an image file every hour. No, we don't need that. Cloud Station usually allows users to operate gigabyte mobile device apps. No. And then there's other stuff like Norton antivirus. Hell to the no. Why do we have that there? And then this here is the CFO speed. It's just a speed utility for internet. It's not bad, but you really don't need it. And then here we have the Realtek high definition audio driver. So this is for audio, this is for internet, and then this is your chipset. So what I like to do is first research on the drivers. Start without your data. Nope. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna search for if I could type though. So what we're going to be looking for is matching BIOS update for this motherboard, and we want to make sure that we have the proper version. So we're going to go for consumer products, continue, and we're going to be looking for firmware. So on a motherboard, oh, please don't make me do this. Okay, thank you. I know there is a better way of looking for this. So B550 and okay, so this is the ultra durable line, and we want to get this. So I usually like looking or searching for these devices online just to make sure that I have the proper drivers and BIOS updates or firmware. So in this case, for example, right now, this is the version that we have, FB, which is that's the main version that comes from the release. This is back from June 12, 2023. So it has all these. And then you have FD, FEB, FEE. And then you could download all of these, or you might not know which versions they are. So for example, this one here, if I see that they are resolving the vulnerability, that is something you need. I definitely recommend that. Then this one here is just updating AMD AGESA, not a big deal. But then over here again, they are setting up and they're fixing another vulnerability, AMD processors for SMM lock. So I would probably download this one here to make sure that we have the proper thing. Something else that I like to look into is, as you can see here, this is matching with any of these versions. I will confirm that. So right now it says here version B24 0130.1, but it doesn't really specify anything else here for this one. So that tells me that maybe I am looking into the wrong version from the browser. So what we do is you can either run that, or something else that I like to run is another software that will tell you temperatures and what you're running on. So what we do is this here. As a matter of fact, I mean, I usually use the base one, but since we're already using a Gigabyte one, I'm gonna go ahead and download this one here. They just have special branding, that's all, but it's not something specific. Hey, what's up, Krisu, Blind Crowd, and DK. So I'm just downloading these software here. One is for monitoring the temperatures. And then this one over here is CPU ID. Yes. No, we don't need a desktop icon. I don't need a read it either. So these are the temperatures right now. CPU load is pretty straightforward. This is a pretty good CPU, as I mentioned. I still haven't updated drivers or anything like that, so you'll see that everything is running pretty smooth and not optimized or improved performance. So this is that, and then here we recently installed CPU ID. So this is detecting what you have installed, and this is how it looks. It's currently running on a CPU for AMD Ryzen 5 5500, as I mentioned. This is actually the GT version, as you can see here, which includes the graphics, integrated graphics. Socket is AM4, so we're straightforward. But then what I wanted to do by loading in this software is checking the version as well as the module. So right now, as you can see, on this setup here, family is under F, extended family is 19, module is 0, extension is 50, and then if I look into, where are you at? Mainboard. So we come over here, you'll see that it has Gigabyte model, it doesn't have anything else, and then somewhere here is gonna show you the revision, which is the chipset is 00, and then south version is 51. Current BIOS version is FB, right? So this already hints me what we should be running right now, and then where we want to upgrade to. So by looking into this with the chipset revision 00, I'm going to go back to our browser, and this is 1.1, but I think I saw that there is another revision, right? So go back, B550MK. Let's see what they have on this one over here. And then I'm going to go directly into BIOS. So we're supposed to be on FB, and as you can see here, this one doesn't match with any of these, because this is not the newer version. October 16th, this was a couple of days ago. June 2023, FB, June 2023. Okay, it does match. B550MK. Yeah, because this here, the chipset is actually, there should be another line for chipset. Yeah, so this one here right now is showing here chipset. Here we go. And then BIOS is what we saw just now. We're currently running this. And then what was this here again? This is the old composition, and then the newer releases. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and accidentally close it. So then I'm going to go ahead and update the BIOS. This one here says that the BIOS is released. I'll see in a minute. 5.11.02. I thought that this used to show the version automatically. B24. It doesn't match. Yeah, I'm not going to install it yet. And then I have nothing selected right now. Chipset 5.11.02. January 3, 2024, and then January 3 again. Windows 11. Why is this different? Oh, okay. Apple driver. I don't need the Apple driver. 5.11.02.17. Yep. So this is good. Audio. Okay. $609235. 9235. This is November 2021. That's ridiculous. Okay, so this one I'm not gonna update it. They have another version here. I don't know when it was released. 937301. Yeah, I'll trust Windows on this one here. And then Realtek LAN driver. See, this is one here. 1068 815. 1068 815. December 29. That's what they're providing. So what I currently have so network adapter is Realtek. So this has the driver for 2022 1056 119. 10, there you go. 1056, 1068, 815, and this is from 2023. Okay, so this one is going as well. And then let me check over here. December 2023. So that works. And then Realtek audio. October 19, 2023, 10.0.2262. Yeah, that's the one given by Windows. And then they claim that that is 6093. Yeah, I'm just gonna stay with these two here. Nothing to add there. BIOS, I don't feel comfortable with doing that yet. I gotta verify the version properly. So, yeah, install. Oh. What does it need from here? Drivers, no audio, I don't care much about that. LAN, we're already addressing that. Chipset, we're already addressing that as well. LAN, no big deals. SATA, not really. Utilities, what we have under utilities. A lot of stuff. Control center, full installation package, no. Control center again. App center. There you go. Buy support Intel Series model. Please install App Center first before installing this utility. So this is actually the version of the BIOS update feature. That's what it is. So that's why it says B240130 blah blah, is because I can't see it anymore. But this is the BIOS utility. So what we're installing there is not really the BIOS version yet, but the BIOS utility. So now we're installing the LAN drivers for the NIC card. And the NIC card is one that goes with the internet. So right now we have no internet. I hope you guys can hear me well, right? So after that, I'm going to also search for the G-Skill firmware setup to see if there's anything that I can do with that. I mean, I think you really like the fact that it has the rainbow colors, but I personally think that if we go with colors related to the build, it might look smoother. Okay, so we have to restart the computer. But I'm not going to install it yet. Why? Because I want to install the BIOS software as well. So this utility is the BIOS one. I'm going to remove all of them and just this one here. No Northland. No new drivers. We skip that. And now we're going to go ahead and reboot after this. Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and restart. Okay, we'll be back in a minute while that reboots.
Maldito.
Okay. So yeah, in theory, the ISP broke me, pretty much. Okay. I think. You got back?